Hey Mavericks, how you doing? It's good to see you guys back here again. So most of my teaching is about the cold approach, right? Meeting somebody out there in the street, library, coffee shop, whatever, right? But I still want to focus on for today, get your app together. So what do I mean by that? I'm going to tell you some of the frustrations women have about us Mavericks writing down our stuff on the apps and what we're missing and what we're adding too much of, okay? Let's get right down to it. First thing is that women tend to get frustrated when you don't have complete information put into your profile, right? And look, I know a lot of people don't do that anymore. Maybe a photo of the face and maybe a couple things here and there. They leave a lot of gaps, but you're Mavericks. You're different, right? Mavericks are going to be complete. We're not like everybody else, right? And then you're going to say, yeah, but some of those ladies don't even care about that. You're right. That portion of the female population who doesn't care about that isn't for Mavericks anyway, right? The women you want to be out with, the women you want to take out to spend time with, they are going to be more complete and they're going to care about who they see much better than people just look at a photograph, right? A picture, right? I want you then to make sure you fill out all the pertinent information there on the app. Fill it all in. Give as much information as you can so they have a very clear picture of who you are as a person beyond the face. Understand? That's what Mavericks do. Number two is guys, man, it's iPhones, right? They take pretty good pictures, Take good pictures, Make sure it's clear. Doesn't have to be dramatic or some flair or whatever, but just make sure it's just a clear picture. This complaint about fuzzy pics is a big deal nowadays. Just make a few clear pictures of yourself. Make sure it's within the last year. Don't put some 5 or 10 year picture in there. No one wants to see that when you were in high school, right? Don't do that. Make it a clear and present picture. So if she were to walk into a coffee shop or a restaurant, she would notice who you are automatically. She doesn't want to see your baby photo when you're 3 years old, okay? Put in the clear, up-to-date picture, okay? Here we go. Guys, the generic stuff, the cliche stuff, I'm looking for my partner in crime. I like to have fun. Don't do that. As Mavericks, you want to stand out from that stuff. When women hear, I'm looking for my partner in crime, they've heard that time and time again. So much so they will swipe right off you because it is just such a cliche, overly used, dead type of cliche to use. Don't use it. Do something a little bit more authentic, right? Like me, I like horses. If I were back on the dating scene, so I would say, I enjoy horseback riding. There's nothing more fun than being on a trail on a horse in the wilderness, in the woods, in the forest. Something like that, right? I enjoy reading books, specifically non-fiction action books, or specifically historical books. Things like that, so she can say, this guy I could kind of understand, right? I kind of get a picture of what he likes. If I say I'm looking for my partner in crime, that tells me nothing. It also tells me that's not a Maverick. Mavericks go beyond. We always go beyond, okay? Be a little bit more specific than your average non-Maverick, all right? Number 4 is going to be easy. Negativity. Don't get onto the rants and abusive language, right? I've seen time and time again, people are inserting their politics in their profiles. They're inserting very negative type behaviors in there, going off on who knows what, right? Those men are the men who keep wondering why they're not being picked, right? While they're not having interest shown to them, while they're complaining the whole time about life or whatever, right? Mavericks, do not put down negative stuff, right? Don't use aggressive language. Women don't want to hear that. It's the first time meeting you, which is going to be via an app, right? Put your best foot forward. What they want to know is who you are as a person. What defines you? What do you like to do? What are your interests, right? They want to know stuff like that. Don't tell her about how, Uber cost me $50 more than whatever, or the dinner costs. They don't want to hear that, Those are diatribes. Don't put that down into an app, right? Nobody wants to hear those manifestos, okay? Don't do that, all right? You guys know better because you guys are Mavericks, of course, right? Guys, Mavericks, I don't care how many years you work on your body. I don't care if you have a 4-pack, a defined 6-pack, the biggest arms in the world, right? Do not put on your app shirtless pictures Women do not want to see that. It doesn't tell them a whole lot about you. You don't need to show that off on your profile, right? A shirtless picture. Now, if you work out hard, I get that's fine. A photo of you in a workout shirt's fine. You know, like you're working out somewhere, that's fine. You know, maybe going jogging or whatever, that's fine. But to have a blatant shirtless photograph of you on your app, the pic looks like, oh my God, you know, what is this guy trying to portray? Is he looking for a hookup, or is he looking for maybe someone who's long term? Most women want to have a long term. Some are not, but most are. The ones that Mavericks are looking for want some kind of valuable, right? Important, right? Long term relationship. So don't put yourself out there without a shirt and thinking women are going to take you serious. They are not. The ones who will take you serious are the ones who you should not be attracting in the first place. Those are not long-term women, okay? That's how that works. And you want to look at your profile, right? Your app profile should be, your pic should be nicely aligned, you know? What you say should flow, it should make sense. It's like a little bio, right? It's a bio of you, what your interests are, who you are, and what you want to do in the future and stuff like that. Here's the deal, guys. Here's the secret sauce here. You don't want to leave anything there blank, okay? Now, I know. People always say, but Mitchell, you know, a lot of women don't even read the bio. All they do is see my photo, my picture. You're right. That's true. A lot of women do that. But again, like I said at the beginning of this video, the ones that Mavericks are chasing down, right? We are on the hunt. We're not being hunted. Mavericks are not being hunted. I don't care what year it is. I don't care how cool things are. I don't care how whatever things are. Mavericks hunt. We don't get hunted. We are the hunter. So, if you are serious about your hunt, right? You are going to be the one to make sure you fill in all the blanks of your app so a lady can see exactly where you're coming from and who you are, okay? We are going to get into so many other aspects of dating for you, how to make sure you get into a win-win game, right? I want you to look at the link below. I want you to tell me what is the hardest part about a dating profile for you, okay? And we are going to work on these things, all right? I'm going to eventually start a dating Maverick Brotherhood Premium Club soon, right? In there, we are going to go deep in depth on how your profile alone can capture you, a woman who you think is of interest, a woman who you think is someone you would like to be with, to hang out with, to talk, have a long-term relationship with, right? This is going to be our goal. But for now, I want you to make sure your profile makes sense to a woman, okay? There we go, guys. Let's keep on going.